It is a good feeling to see us at the top each year, and we intend to stay there. We say that with no hubris. I have 100% passes in biology, in EDPM, food and nutrition, geography. Had 100% passes in visual arts as well. So those are subject areas in which we got 100% passes. We are querying our one failure in English A and English B. I think it's the collaboration between our parents and our teachers, and our teachers and our students.
My name is Chenise Harper. I went to St Vincent Girls High School and I was in class 5 science. This year I got 15 grade 1s. Overall I was still really happy because I did well. Finding motivation was the hardest because I would honestly prefer to just sleep than study. We all started off with a bunch of subjects. Some persons dropped some persons stayed with them. So I didn't know who was going to end up with the most, who was going to end up doing the best. That wasn't really the goal. The goal was just to do my best and do well. Like I said, just try your best. Might not be the best at the time, but if you do your best, then it will work out in the end. And you can't say, well, I should have tried better, I should have tried harder. If you do your best all the time, then you can't really be too mad at yourself with whatever results you end up with.
Well, my name is Kerese Cozier. I'm originally from Beckway. I went to Beckway Anglican Primary School and I came here to the St Vincent Girls High School. So I was in Form 5 Science and I did biology, chemistry, physics, geography, English A, English B, IT, Spanish. I did mathematics in Form 5, set the exam for CSEC in Form 4, and then I did additional mathematics in Form 5. When it popped up, I saw a few ones. I was expecting that, but then I had to scroll along to see the rest. When I did and I saw this straight line of ones, I felt very ecstatic, very jubilant, excited, full of joy, and so I was a bit relieved because I was a bit anxious and nervous before. I was a bit surprised for 1 or 2 of the subjects based on how the exams went. Well, it was definitely challenging as I had to venture journey from St Vincent to Beckway every day. I'd get home late and then I have to go back in my books again. So preparation started along the journey of school ever since I stepped forth into this institution. We had a number of X's, exams and so forth, so I would study the notes from teachers. Usually I'd go home and watch YouTube videos to reinforce all of that. Well, I'm looking at the field of medicine. I'd like to become a surgeon. To just pay attention, it's as simple as that, and it will cut down your studying time when you get home.
My name is Halei Douglas. I'm 16 years old. I attended the St Vincent Girls High School and graduated just this year in 2022. And I received 14 grade 1s. Well, I was definitely thrilled to have performed so well. I was definitely a bit nervous, you know. I did some subjects that people don't normally get 1s for, like, let's say, history or music, which are a bit iffy. But I was glad to have made everyone proud and to be a top performer, yes. Well, in school I'm usually known as a student who's always studying and always bringing my textbooks and referring to class. Especially focusing in class is important, and always reviewing and having your schedule. I always try to be disciplined because motivation could only get you so far, but once you're disciplined and study well, you will get your results. I know when I was younger I wanted to do law, but then after coming to full science, which was the class I was in, I forgot to mention I like the physics and the chemistry and wanted to do engineering, so yeah. And The message I give to them is to stay focused and to stay disciplined and not to get distracted. Know your goal and know where you're going, know what you're doing, and don't be so much into, talking to friends and all of this, because they're not going to be the ones writing the exam or getting the results, right?
Hi, my name is Ashlyn Francis and I attended the St Vincent Girls High School. I was in Form 5 Science. I was overjoyed. I cried again because I actually cried the first time I saw my results. Because when you know you've worked hard and you actually see the fruits of your labor, it's quite amazing. The feeling you get is uncompared to anything else in this world. So I felt overjoyed. I really, really, really like being prepared. I hate procrastination. So it involved me making a study timetable, and my bedtime is 9:30. Don't laugh. Everybody laughs when I say this, but I have a younger brother. So when he comes home and he's there, it's really hard to study with him around. So I have to wake up at 1 till 3, sleep at 4, get up at 6, and get ready for school. So when I came to school, I was quite tired. I wasn't sure what I wanted to be. When I was in primary school, I always wanted to be a doctor. I'm not gonna lie, I grew up knowing that a doctor, well, not knowing, I knew there were other careers, but I grew up knowing that a doctor was the only thing you could be. So when I reached the secondary school and I realized there's so much more, I wanted to make sure I was prepared.
My name is Aneilia Cato. I went to the girls' high school. I was in Form 5 Science. I did 14 subjects mainly because there were 9 mandatory subjects in school, and there were also other subjects that I was interested in. I cut back on electronics and added in more hours to study, and I made sure that I had all my notes and everything, and if I needed anything else, I asked fellow classmates, I looked on the internet, I also asked teachers and had little one-on-ones with people to make sure I got everything. So I started studying from January because I knew exams would be in May and June. And sometimes you want to sleep, but you couldn't sleep because you had to get everything done. I mainly wanted to make myself and the people around me proud. So I made sure that I did everything that I could. I plan to go to the community college to do biology, geography, environmental science, and sociology. Keep your head up and make sure you get everything done, because if you procrastinate, then it's going to be a lot harder, because then you have little time to fit in everything. Mainly always troubling our form teacher, like we'd always be in the bio lab just harassing her because we can. Mrs. D'Souza.
Everybody is committed to the same goal, which is the success of our students, and so nobody wavers from that, despite the challenges. That's what our motto is about, per ardua ad alta, through difficulties to the heights. So it was another difficulty? We got this. Just stayed focused. I think our girls had a goal. They knew that they wanted to show that it wasn't the multiple choice that had us topping last year, and they proved their point because we had our long papers and we were at the top again. So in as much as people are talking about the loss of teachers, we also had the change in format, so that too can account for the slight decline. But that's an interesting research to be carried out.